I call this meeting to order. It is the Tuesday, October 17th meeting of the Franklin Public Library Board of Trustees Personnel Committee. This is Maria Imp, Judy Williams-Kalaki,
Here, sorry.
Doris Weber,
Here.
and also present are Jennifer Luffel and Carrie Whitmore. We're going to look at the August 10th Personnel Committee meeting minutes. Does anybody have any comments or questions? That would mainly be Doris, or that would be Doris and Judy.
No.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve them?
I motion.
Excellent. I will second them. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. We are going to move Carrie up to the first item under business, and she is going to talk about her job description. Correct?
Okay. All right. What do you want me to tell you?
The items in red are the ones that you gave me.
All right.
So
Yep.
if you want to kind of
I
start
mean,
with those.
you could just do high level, like what
I mean,
kind of change?
I can just explain what I
Sure.
changed. Jennifer moved a lot of stuff around, so I'm not going to really explain that because she
Nope.
said
I was making it look like
Consistency.
mine.
Right.
Yep. That was
So-
one of our goals.
right. So I figure I don't need to
Nope.
really explain that to you.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess just they weren't. I mean, nothing major, just kind of smaller things.
Well, and it looked like since like we now have a technology person, that part, and we probably will going forward.
Right. Yeah,
That
I
doesn't
hope
need to
so.
be. Yeah. Right. It doesn't
As long
need
as
to.
I'm the assistant director, I really hope we have a tech librarian
Right,
because
right.
I do not enjoy that,
Yeah.
nor do I know much about it, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
I did it, and you probably know as much or more than I do.
No. I had Hugh. He was my
That's
bestie.
true. He was our
Yeah.
Rest
bestie.
in peace, Hugh.
Yeah.
He was totally my bestie. I don't think I would have been able to do a
to
lot
do
of
that
that.
part. Yeah.
Yeah. I was always like, hey, Hugh.
Need your help again.
So yeah, I don't have my hands in the technology as much. Although I do still
Yeah.
oversee the utilization
Yes.
by
I thought that was-
Sam.
Excellent.
So
There's a
Um,
bullet point missing. Do you see that under qualifications? Just the little dot. The last one.
and your
yeah.
punctuality.
Word is so funny.
I know.
Yeah, I'll add that.
So, I personally, well, did you want to say anything else?
I just also added in there that I oversee the operations of the makerspace, and it does take up a lot of my
Absolutely,
time.
yes.
So I wanted that to be
I was
in there.
glad that, yeah, for sure.
And I do also do a lot of the programming for adults as well.
Yes.
Although I am making it a goal to give that to my staff a little bit more.
Sure.
Already started.
So are we rebranding the Makerspace as Create Space as Makerspace, or is that the same thing? Is it different?
It's the same thing. We just call it the Create Space.
Okay.
That's our name.
name for
That's our branding for it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I really think that's it for the changes. Everything else was
Yeah.
moving
yes.
and shuffling and stuff. So,
Yeah, I have a couple things. Number one, there was a question about whether we keep the assist staff in the performance of their duties as required. Possible deleting that. It is on the third page, towards the bottom. Do we have something in there, or do you feel like other components of the job description say that in other ways? Do you see
Okay.
that? It's right here, at the third page.
okay.
And it has a delete question
Yeah.
mark.
Um,
I mean, do we need to say that? Do you have something like that in your job description? And does Maureen, like
Where am I?
assisting?
Okay, show me
I
where
don't
it is.
know.
It's a staff.
It's kind of like that
Oh.
any and all duties as assigned by your supervisor, assisting the staff as needed or necessary. I don't think it's a bad thing to have in, but if it's redundant because, you know,
Very well could be redundant. There is
Yeah.
a lot of
I know.
um, that.
I guess it didn't really make, I mean, assist staff in the performance of their duties as required.
Well, of course it is because it's your job, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know.
But but like all this stuff that's crossed out here, including
Right.
that,
Right, yeah, is built
is
into the
in
rest
here
of it.
now,
Okay.
right? Right?
Okay. Yep.
Am
yep.
I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was just asking.
Yeah,
if-
I mean,
yeah.
I think,
And then,
yeah.
did anybody else have any thoughts about combining those programming
Yeah, I could not.
sentences? So, I thought about Judy Williams Kalaki and her
Yeah,
wording.
She's very concise.
And how she says included but not limited to.
Well, right, but I'm just wondering if you could say assist with adult programming and just leave it at that.
All aspects of.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I don't know if we need to get into all the details. Just say assist with all aspects of adult programming. That would be determining it, conducting it, leading.
And I spelled it out a little more, but I said oversees adult library program, including but not limited to
Adult programming?
adult program. Well, no, I said oversees adult library programming, including but not limited to assisting with choosing, planning, leading, coordinating, whatever words you want to list. I mean,
So are you overseeing it, or is there somebody else who's responsible for it and you're just helping
she's
them?
doing everything. Like sometimes she does it, sometimes she just
so
oversees
don't say
it.
assist, because assist makes it sound like somebody else is leading it.
Sometimes they are.
Right, but you're, primarily they're reporting to you on it though, right? You know if they're
Yes.
leading it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are.
So then we're better off saying oversees adult programming and assist as necessary or something like that.
Oversees all aspects of adult programming and is,
Well,
I
so
think
you
that's-
have oversees the operation of libraries makerspace as in all.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, I mean, and then we just leave it like that. Do you want to go that just general for adult programming?
I think you could, to be honest.
What would you like to do in your job? Everything.
I mean, you could just say oversees adult programming.
Mm-hmm.
It would be what I do.
And then it's more. Then it's
Yeah, it's more concise.
yeah,
And
and
it's-
consistent.
And
yeah.
it can be interpreted in
Yeah.
multiple ways.
Right. It could be you actually doing
Doing
the
it,
program
or
just
assigning
making
it.
assigning it. Yes.
Yeah. If that's okay with you, Jennifer.
oh no, that's fine. I like concise.
You
So
happen
it
to
would just be oversees all aspects of adult programming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oops. Okay. And then, my one other thought I had, and I need your feedback on this because I'm not sure if this is even necessary these days. But do we need, like, neither Maureen's or Carrie's, and I didn't look back at yours, but in a lot of job descriptions, they have a basic computer knowledge or a minimum computer knowledge necessary. Do you feel anymore that we even need to put that in there? Or obviously anybody with a degree would have that?
Would have that.
Yeah.
Carrie and I talked about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's why I
If you've
need.
got a master's degree,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you have basic
Yeah.
knowledge
Then
of
we've got-
Word and
Right.
then
Yeah.
spreadsheets.
you're not going to make it
All right.
through. You're not going to make it through grad
Right.
school.
You're not going to
Yeah.
make it far in
Right.
general.
Okay, I just wanted to make
Anyway.
sure I just wanted to ask about that. Perfect.
How many people on average are in one of your adult programs?
Well, it depends on which one you're talking about,
Like, if it's like a creative one, like
30, which is our limit because of the
They
create
pull up
space.
all the time, yeah.
And
30
our
something.
our cooking ones, our minimum is, our max is 40, and we get close to that almost every time.
I was just wondering for donation purposes. How many of something would I need to
Oh.
donate?
Oh, yeah. Oh, crafts, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's generally 30.
Speaking of which, do you need ribbon?
I'll put it in the create space for sure.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a whole, I got a whole bunch of randos that somebody gave to me.
Okay.
So,
Not here, no. No.
Okay, I don't maybe want all of it.
Right, no, and you could just throw out whatever you want.
Yeah.
Or like
They were gonna give it to the store, and I was like, no, don't give it to the store.
Somebody's been using up my ribbons, so
oh, there you go.
My kids haven't.
The
been here
holidays are
lately.
coming.
the holidays are coming. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll take it.
All right. So any other, comments on your, did you think the rearranging
pretty
and
good.
shuffling still kept it in?
Yeah, I
order?
mean, it was, what was
It was
it?
a little confusing.
3
to read,
pages or
wasn't it?
Yes.
4 pages before, and now it's 2, right?
Yeah. Okay. We
I think by
tried to
the time I
streamline it
cut
a
it-
little.
Yeah, no,
By
I
the time
think,
I cut everything down, it should be
Yeah.
probably about 2 pages.
no,
Okay.
I think it makes more sense. It was super redundant as well.
Yeah, it
That's,
was.
so was, yes.
Okay.
Yes, the other ones we've looked at, so, good. All right. Anybody have questions for Carrie or comments on that
I
one?
mean, I'm here till like 5:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
I just need to make sure I'm at school by 6.
Gotcha.
Shouldn't take me more than 20 minutes to get there, but you never know.
Yeah. All right, Jennifer, do you have anything else about Carrie's?
No.
Okay, then, I don't think, we are not taking any action here as a committee. We will, once we've gone through all of them, we will present them to the full library board for,
As a recommendation.
as a recommendation for whatever term we use, the reaffirming, reapproving, renewing, whatever,
I
so.
should write that down somewhere.
I know, I always have to look back.
I think
in
you
my-
should have a reaffirmation. I just feel like that sounds like very holy and reverent. Reaffirmation of the job
Reaffirmation.
description.
Well, we do that for the policies. It's either revised if we make changes or we reaffirm it if we don't make changes. So this might have to be a revision this
Oh,
time.
darn it.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a full revision, full on revision.
Okay.
All right. So we'll go on then to look at.
Have you guys gotten through all of the ones that you guys were doing?
Not
Everybody
yet,
else's?
no.
Well, let me ask you this: do you feel like it would be better to have Carrie here for staffing stuff, or should we move on to the circulation manager position?
What do you think? Probably circulation manager.
Okay.
Sure.
So that's the first change, that the circulation supervisor is being changed to circulation manager.
Well, I mean, it
told
kind
me
of
that.
makes sense because she's management.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
supervisor
sure.
doesn't really kind of say that.
Well, and I think even from the city's perspective, the 3 positions that they ask us to, or that we are in charge of, controlling directly or whatever, manager is good. Yeah.
So Maureen and I met, we went over this line by line.
Okay.
So, she did add punctuality, reliability, and attendance are essential to this position. Why did we add that? I mean, it is.
I mean, I think that's like one of
Oh,
those.
because it's in Carrie's.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why.
That's what I was wondering
I
if
was gonna
that
say,
should
it's in
be in
mine.
like
Everybody's
really, yeah.
But I was trying to remember why we added it, and we added it because we
Because it
wanted
was
it to
in Carrie's.
match
Yes.
Carrie's.
Well, and we talked about down the line if the city is going to require some format that they want everybody to use. That's why we went for
And
putting
also,
these all into the same format. and
and
consistency.
also if you have somebody that you hire in that position that's not
Right.
doing those things, at least you
For
have
sure.
it in
Say
writing
it's
saying
just
that
as-
is
Right.
required.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then Maureen had looked at other job descriptions.
Gotcha.
Other circulation supervisor job descriptions.
Okay.
So that's kind of where she got.
Some of the
Some of
wording
this
and some
wording.
of the.
So she
Okay.
thought provides excellent public service in all aspects of circulation services, including problem solving and complaint resolution, which she does a lot.
Is there a reason though she took out assisting the library director with special assignments? Because I'm not sure if that was back in here then.
Because I think both of us talked about it. It's like performs other duties as assigned by the library director, and then assists the library director with specialist. I mean, she doesn't really assist me with special. I don't.
But she performs
But
some.
she does-
She does
I tell
things
her-
if you
right.
you ask her to do it. Yes.
Which is in there at the end.
Exactly.
in there.
Exactly. So she changed the next to,
ensures,
to just slightly different wording, like the
Yeah.
assistant hiring, the supervising, she changed the wording on that a little.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then helps maintain book stacks, including organization, searching, and shelf reading.
Mm-hmm.
Is she not working the reference desk when assigned?
No.
She doesn't. Okay, I'm just throwing this. She doesn't, but would it ever be something you would ask any person in that position to do, or is that not something that,
She's capable of doing it
right?
for the
Well-
most part. I mean, there's some things she would have to refer
But I guess
to
what I'm
us.
saying is, let's say she leaves and we hire somebody new, would that person be expected as a qualification to be able to do
I
that?
don't think so.
No.
I think if we did that, we would be changing their
Right.
minimum qualifications
Okay.
to like having a
Have a
library.
library, that's, I just wanted to make sure that it didn't need
Yeah.
to be in there for that reason, okay. Okay.
Oversees the operation of the library's cash register, including recording and verifying daily receipt totals. Assists the library director in the collection of library statistics. Organizes, purchases, and tracks inventory levels of library supplies. And then all of the,
Vouchers, mail was kind of.
she doesn't do the vouchers.
She doesn't do the vouchers, that's what I
That was a holdover from when Lydia
Okay.
was here.
Who does that?
Megan, one of the library
mhm.
assistants.
And
It
then
was a lot for Lydia to do that along with her
Yeah.
supervisor,
Yeah.
and oftentimes the supervisory part fell.
short because she was, because you
Busy
can't
doing that
let
other-
vouchers
It's yeah.
not be done, yep, for sure. Okay. Does the mail, unloads the materials and supplies. Spent assist, timesheets. Is there, okay, the timesheet one,
Yeah.
is it more of like a processing payroll? Not processing payroll, but more like, does she also like deal with time off and submitting PTO or vacation? Like, does she do more than just time, or does that all fall under timesheet? Or is there a broader term for that?
That has to do with
Just making sure that this person said they worked 10 hours, or they came in for 10 hours, and that it's
Yeah.
correct on their
that's what she does.
Submission,
Kind of
yeah.
audits it.
audits.
I don't
Okay.
like the language because it suggests that she's preparing the timesheets for them instead of they're preparing
Oh.
them.
See, I was, for some reason, that one just was like, I'm like,
Gotcha.
okay, Mary just got a job. She doesn't have timesheets. I mean, to me, that, even that term is kind of weird, like, there's no timesheet.
Can we say
It's like,
audit? No. Well, we actually still do.
you still
have
do
do.
timesheets, okay.
I mean, don't ask me why, but
Yeah. I don't know,
I
so
could
that was
change it
just
to,
trying to,
like, audits and submits timesheets for support staff. Because she does audit. She checks.
Sure, yeah. And what do you think, Judy?
I think it's better than preparing and submitting, which sounds like we're creating timesheets for them and
Right.
it's susceptible to claims that it's not accurate, so.
Yeah. Okay, audits and submits. Okay, procedure. Is there a continuing ed one in yours also?
Like we were trying to
I
make
remember the conference, I think I saw
Yeah.
something.
we were trying to make them consistent among the
Sure.
three.
Oh, found it. Yep, it's there.
I was gonna say, I think it's there.
Yep, it is. Okay.
And I added that to like the reference librarians, but we'll get to that later.
Mhm. acts as library director in the absence of the library director or the assistant, or would it be if both are gone? I don't know. I'm just asking, like, if you're gone but Carrie's here, would Maureen act as and I don't know.
No, she would only be, she's like third.
Right, okay.
So in
So
the
would you
absence
want
of the
an
library
and or?
director and,
Or or
I would say
just
and. Because it's not an or.
Yeah, like if you both went to some conference or meeting or something, okay. All right. Anything else on there? Right.
Hopefully that'll get on 2 pages too.
Looks good. All right. Okay, well, then we will move back up on the agenda under business to personnel changes, cost saving strategies. That was actually item 3A. And we got this, and I mine printed off the wrong way, so I'll do my best to look at it.
The list. I mean, as far as cost saving strategies, we had one, but Maureen had a month to think about it since we canceled that 827. And she's kind of decided she does need a library assistant, not a library clerk. It just, because we had a library assistant who we recently hired leave, go back into the education.
Oh, the one that had come on for the summer, or at the beginning
Right
of the
before-
summer?
yeah.
Okay.
So, we were
She
looking.
went back into school
It's
afterwards.
in a different role,
Oh,
but
okay.
but she really missed being
Mm-hmm.
there and that. So,
So I think
Maureen and I talked about possibly doing a clerk, which would save us about $5 an hour, so 5,000 over a year. But that wouldn't give her the flexibility she needs.
And I really encourage Jennifer, just with how tight staffing is, not to,
Yeah, you need to get what you
not
need.
to,
Is there a reason why we're having a discussion? Like, do we need to save money? Is there an issue with the budget?
Well, it's always going down the road. They keep
It's-
telling us, you know,
Yeah.
hey, when the what is that? The fees go away,
Yeah,
the
the
landfill
siding
siding
fees,
fees go away. What are you going to do? You know, they
Right,
always
yeah.
kind
We've
of.
gotta
Is there
cut
a COLA
some-
that they keep requiring us to give?
I mean, we've got to,
Yeah,
well, and I think just the general consensus is that, or the general thought is that, you know, if we have more assistants, then we really, not that we have more, but if there are duties that maybe we could give to a clerk at a slightly lower pay scale instead of paying an assistant, you know, then maybe that would make more sense, you know, and we've done that several times over the past couple of years, not with that particular position, but just creating positions that seem to make more sense or whatever. But in this case, I think services would suffer, and so I think it was a good idea to keep it as is, so that we,
well, what happens with the 8 assistants? What happens is we have 8 assistants, which is 2 a night, but we almost always seem to have somebody on vacation, somebody
Right.
sick.
right,
So Maureen said with this 9th library assistant, they could float
right,
and work
yep,
whatever night she needs.
Right.
Because what ends up happening is Maureen's working every night. And
Oh.
I'm not exaggerating that.
that's not okay.
And you, yeah.
I mean, we don't want to burn out our staff to the point that they.
right,
I mean, we have such dedicated staff that it's crazy that we have as good of staff that we have. The last thing we need to do is
yeah,
be taking too much advantage of them.
These hours are not guaranteed. I mean, it says 20, but if we were crunched for budget, we could reduce hours, right?
Oh,
or
yeah.
do something like that.
Yeah, you could. I mean, at
What if
one
we got
point,
more volunteers? I know it's the lowest of the low, but like, you know, we could get if we had, granted, you can't always count on them, but that would help a little bit more with shelving, right? You could probably
We
have
already-
volunteers do more shelving.
We
No
already get like almost a full-time
position. which-
position out of our
volunteers.
volunteers. And a lot of them come in wanting to do certain things. Shelving may not be one of the things they would
Right.
like.
Are there,
Yeah.
are there shelvers high schoolers or?
We have a range of high school, actually,
And
we don't have
retired.
any
Anyone's
high
high
school right
school.
Yeah,
now
I was gonna
because
say, I don't think you.
Bethany graduated from high school last year, decided to stay on at the library, and we figured she knows we don't have to train her.
Right.
Right, much
So
easier.
right now, we have all post-high school people working.
I only ask because sometimes you can give them a little bit less, right? Than I don't know person, but
I mean, the shelter doesn't make that much in the first.
Right.
Yeah.
It is,
Right,
but,
right.
But minimum wage in Wisconsin is $7.50. So
We would probably not get very many shelver
yeah,
applications.
well, it depends if I get the right person, right?
Right.
It's true.
It's
Right.
not a hard job. You don't really interact
But
with
the
public, right?
city requires, I mean, don't they have to be 16?
Yeah.
So they can't be like the 15-year-old
Well, right,
or
but right.
younger.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's those, the younger ones that can,
Well, that started because we couldn't have.
Oh, thank you.
That started because we were open until 8:30,
right.
and when you have
I
anybody
know.
younger than 16,
I
they
know.
can't
They have
work
to
that
go,
late.
right.
What
I know.
time is the? What is the? Do you know from?
I thought it was like 9.
I thought it was
It's
9
not
o'clock.
because Mary just got a job.
Yeah.
And there's a girl that has to leave and she has to work, she had to work alone last night. And she only worked the
Maybe
last
it was
class.
9, like,
It was 9 when I was a young kid. 'cause
Yeah, I
used
was
to
gonna
go
say,
to
maybe
grocery
I mean,
we
this
were
girl, and I don't think it's because she's working too many hours a week either, but that could be the other issue. But she was like gone by like 7 or
Was this
something.
student under 16 or over 16?
Under 16.
Under
Oh, under
16.
16.
So,
Probably
and this
lower,
girl
yeah,
is
over-
15, so she had to
Yeah.
leave, I believe, by 7.
Because
so.
we did have somebody who had to leave at 7 a long time ago, maybe
I
even
remember
before
that.
you started. But
But that would only be a 15-year-old, which the city doesn't even hire
Well,
that
the
yet. I
library
don't- The
doesn't.
library does, yeah.
yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think the city does
Okay.
either.
Good one.
Thanks. Bye, good luck.
Okay, well,
So
that's fine. I'm glad you guys thought about it and made the right decision. Because
well, I think it was good that
wouldn't
she
have
had an
been
extra month to think about it.
for, right, I don't know that it would have been a good decision to just base it on the budget that you really thought about.
Right. I mean, we have to
what-
think about what's best for the
Exactly.
library as
Exactly.
Well, and there's
well,
other things that we should
Yes.
cut before we cut
Right,
staff.
exactly, right.
Like,
I
there's-
don't know, like what?
well, even sometimes,
I look at my budget and I'm
know.
like, it's all staff and operations, and I
Right.
don't know what I would.
well, then, you
Well,
know what?
hopefully our
Then we
gas
have
and
to-
electric will go down this winter.
Gas,
Maybe a
natural gas
little
has
bit.
gone down.
We
so.
have to cut as much as, trust me, I am the last person that wants to cut programming. But that's what we would have to start to cut. And then we have to let people get mad and start contacting their representatives. And we have to
Right.
tell them to do it.
Or would they get mad, or would they just go to another library that has it? That's what I worry. You know,
Either way,
donate
like,
a
you don't-
program to the library. You could do a little, really, for somebody
I mean,
to.
almost every. I mean,
give
you
a
took
couple
the
$100
donation.
for
You
a
took the
Yeah, did-
donation bucket in there.
Did you get my other, I gave Brittany a jar that I thought was good size.
She,
Have the QR code, have a QR code on there for the
Yeah.
PayPal in the meantime.
Well, and I
But
think
I said that would be a good one to just keep in that room. Like, obviously, they have to bring you the money, but like, just to keep in the kids' room so that nobody's forgetting to. So it's always in there so that the parents at least could take a picture of the QR code or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think budget could be
We have to
a
start.
discussion for
Yeah, we
another
have to s-
meeting. But yeah, I
we
mean,
have to start talking
maybe
about
before
it so
next
people
summer
know.
we put something out that says, donate one of the programs this summer and put some.
To businesses too.
Right,
Like,
right. Well, and I
this
think a lot
this
of our
program
parents-
is donated to you by
Right,
the
for sure.
chiropractor, the whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
Gary and I are in the midst of sending letters to like banks and credit unions to sponsor Value Line and
Yeah.
Wall Street Journal,
Yep.
Yeah,
and we will put
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
put a name on there.
That's a good idea because every time somebody picks up one of those commonly looked at things,
All right. All right, other good stuff to talk about, but we'll stick to
Yep.
personnel here. So the final thing under business is evaluation forms, and feedback from the library board. I don't have my August. I brought my September. I didn't bring my August. I don't think there was feedback. There was a question that Mike had, but we had answered that. So I don't think there was any feedback from,
The one thing that he had wanted was the goals put next to the questions
each-
that they.
yes.
So I was going to do it, and then I thought, this is going to take a while for me to do it. And do I really need to do it for just the board? Because they're going to change
we
every
have
year.
a copy of the goals,
Right.
and they're going to change every year.
So I'm like, so then every year we're going in and I'm changing. I'm like, of all people, we go over these every couple months. Do we
Right.
really? If it was for the staff, I would do it.
Right.
But because they don't know the goals, but we should all know.
But
the
we're
goals.
attaching them to the evaluation.
Right.
He'll be able to see it.
100%.
He'll be able to look at it.
Right. We don't
100%.
have to put it right. Yeah.
Right, but yeah, because I'm like, this isn't really worth the time to go through and attach them within the survey to
Right,
each question. Like
because
you
we'd
can
have
go,
to
you can go back and forth, or you can print it out and
or read through the goals.
right,
first.
read through the goal on your paper and look at the question and
Right,
then
right.
do it. But
Yeah.
otherwise, we're going through it quarterly. You should know what the goals are.
Sure.
If you need that reminder, fine, print it
Yeah.
out and do it. I
Right.
think
You
it's
should
a
tell
lot
Mike
of
that he
wasted
can- If he
time.
feels like he needs it, he can do it on his own for each of the goals he's completing on each of the.
That's kind of where I was
Well,
at.
and I feel like he made the suggestion, we listened, but in the
Ultimately-
grand scheme of what we need to do to put this together for everybody, that it was just best just to attach
Leave it.
them so that every year we wouldn't have to rewrite the evaluation form.
That's
So,
yeah,
okay.
That's kind of what I started
Um,
to do it. And I'm like, no.
And then according to the master calendar, and I was
when do
talking
we
to
want it to
Jennifer
go out? Oh, yeah, we're
about
already,
this.
like almost
So
through
on the
October.
master calendar, it said distribute director evaluation forms in September or October, but we talked about how that was only 3/4 of the way through the year. So we had
Yeah.
decided didn't we decide at one of our last meetings that we were going to send them out
November.
beginning in November to have them back before Thanksgiving, so that,
I think that's right.
yeah,
I think
okay.
that's what we did last year.
I think so
anyways.
too.
Yeah.
So you'll be ready to send them out?
They're ready.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't make any changes to them.
So let's actually pick a date, so it's on our minutes.
I mean, I'll re-go through
yeah.
because the only thing that was funny was some people. Oh no, we made it that you had to go through. I'll redo a test, make sure that they're
Sure,
all
sure.
set and whatever.
And,
but
and those certain people do the second part and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and do the staff get your goals, her goals?
the staff gets her job description.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so November 1st is a Wednesday. If we send them out November 1st, right? Or do we wait till the 6th and give them to the 20th? Or do we just send them out the 1st and say we want them back?
I think we just send them out the first because it's gonna take a couple reminders to get.
Exactly.
Okay.
So do we say we want them back by the 17th and then on like the 15th we send a reminder? Or do we send
Say we
reminders the
yeah, I think we say-
13th?
I think we say we want back by the 17th.
Okay,
And then there'll be stragglers like me and Dwayne can send out an email, or Doris can send out an email on the 20th saying absolutely need them by the 22nd or something like
right,
that.
okay.
So I think we should bribe the staff. And
Give them
I
gift cards.
Oh, I don't even know like by that, but say if we get 98% or 100, I mean 100% would be really great. If we get 100% return, the board will throw you a pizza party. Well, not everybody's in at the same time, but
Yeah.
we'll do something
So
for
what
you.
is
But
that?
I would
What has
even
been our percentage the past couple
last
years?
year. Last
I
year
thought,
was
like,
pretty good, but I think we were still missing. What is there? 20.
I was gonna say, were there 19 of them? Are there
Um,
19 staff other
Well, you
than?
can, Look at
No.
this. Did you give them to
I
the,
thought
I don't know if you gave them to the shelvers.
I don't think we did the
We did not do the
shelvers.
shelvers.
They would have no clue.
Right,
Right.
we did not do the
So,
shelvers.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 20 right now. 20, I don't know, are all positions filled, so there's 20 positions listed here. Yep.
Except for that new library assistant at the bottom.
Oh, okay, so 19. I thought we got
I think we got like
17 last year.
17 is sticking in my head, but I thought there was like 22 out or something like that. Like we got really close.
And did you ask some of those, did you ask the assistants to evaluate Maureen this year? Yeah, okay, because that was a comment we,
Yeah.
okay, well, I think we get enough that we don't have to. We usually have to send out a reminder or two, but if you want to,
I think
don't know.
you guys had gone back in and really talked to everybody in order to get them all in. But I thought it'd be kind of fun just to also
Yeah.
like
Just-
reward them, which
Yeah.
you usually do something for them anyway.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
what if we just
Yeah.
and I don't mind donating something. It
Yeah,
doesn't really
okay.
have to
Could
be
be.
from the board. Like
Right.
it can.
Or we just do it as a thank you afterwards.
Right.
I don't
Right.
know.
I mean, we could use.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I think that we had good enough participation last year that I'm not too worried about it.
Okay, so maybe
this
just
year.
do it like
Yeah.
a thank you, whatever,
And
instead.
I don't think we're gonna
Maybe
satisfy
you and I
anybody
could
with any
just-
sort of like awards and stuff. So
The hard truth.
and that's actually it's part of their job. So
Well, and really, honestly, if they don't give feedback, then they can't expect
right.
change.
That's
Right.
true.
So
That only
it's really
benefits
to their
you.
benefit
Right.
to- and yeah. So, but we can talk later. So
Okay,
alrighty.
so plan
That
to
sounds
send
good.
out the
First
first.
to the 17th, or return the 17th. Then just and we can figure out if we send out that reminder email on the 17th saying these were due today.
Okay, so
Or
actually,
if we-
Jennifer, the way that we did it last year is I sent it to you.
Oh, that's
That's why it was so successful. Is I sent it to you, and then I think you had Carrie send it out.
And Maureen.
Something
And
I had
Maureen.
Maureen send it to her.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I think
and then had
that's-
Carrie to
Yes.
her.
So
And I sent it to my reports.
Right.
that's why I think it was so successful. And then we did like a reminder, but we did it again the same way. So I will say in
Yeah.
my calendar, I'll make sure that I have it to you by Friday the 27th. I mean, it'll be all ready to go.
It is right. Yeah.
And all you guys have to do is essentially forward it. But do you want it a couple days early? Do you want me to send it to you on like Monday the 30th?
Trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat
Oh, yeah.
is the 26th.
well,
so
why
why
don't
don't
you
you wait
guys-
till the 30th to send it to her? You don't
I
want it
mean-
before trunk or treat.
Well, I was
Well,
gonna say would
Friday
you?
it could get.
Well, why don't
lost.
you send it out on Tuesday the 7th? Like it's not
Oh
really
no,
that.
she can send it out the first.
Send it out there. I mean, once you send it to us, we could send it
But
out.
you
right
get it to
away.
Jennifer. You can
Yeah.
you can
Oh,
wait
yeah,
till the
because that's
30th.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, she
gotcha.
should send it out the first. And,
Yeah.
so
Yep, okay.
if she gives it to you the 30th, you can
Okay.
get it to Maureen and Carrie, and then have them
Yeah, because I guess you'll just be sending it out. Okay,
right.
so I'll. Oh yeah, gosh, that is so soon.
I
Where
know
did
it's
this month go?
incredible. Time is going so fast.
So all right.
It's like a headache.
And do we then want to set a meeting date
Yes.
tonight for?
Yes. I hate Doodle.
Okay, so
And then
if
I'm
we're
gonna
if
send the board survey to you,
I'm no send it
to Jennifer
to
again.
Jennifer because I don't usually send them.
Oh,
I
that's
think you
right.
sent it out last year.
Oh, because
Yeah, I
I do
think you
have
did,
all
yeah.
the. I do have all the
Yeah.
emails. That's
I don't
right.
think I got the boards. I just got the staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so-
can just send it out. It doesn't.
Oh, that's
need
right.
To come
I was
to
just
me
thinking,
'cause-
do I not have all the emails? But I do because
Yeah.
they're on the
Right.
thing. So okay. Never
Okay,
mind.
Just
so
put the little thing at the bottom that says, please do not,
You're right.
don't
Okay.
reply all.
because you don't want people to start
Mm-hmm,
Right, so copy
Sometime
that
later.
off of one of hers.
got it.
So, these are supposed to be back the 17th from the board and the staff. I believe 1, 2, 3, see, our meeting won't be till the 27th, that's too late. But, so we will do the same thing, send out reminders, on the 17th or the 20th, if you don't get them all back. And then when do we want to meet? Do we want to meet before the board meeting on the 27th? Or do we want to pick a different day? Because you wouldn't probably be there. I think that's the one where we go into closed session to discuss. So, what do you think?
Well, wait, so I think last year, because realistically, don't we not take it to the,
Yeah, we compile it and then we go to the board. I don't think we need to have it finalized until the
Because-
December meeting.
well, wasn't it actually even the January meeting? Because
Yeah,
that's when everything is set, so,
I was just trying to, yeah.
So
I
really-
wasn't thinking we'd present to the board on the 27th, but if
Oh,
you just
okay.
wanted to,
Oh,
to
gotcha.
do a meeting on the 27th.
Oh, okay,
To combine, so we weren't coming in an extra night.
But the way the city does it is, the city always sends me an email saying, you're getting, your staff's getting raises
Right.
January 1st.
Yes, that's
If
why
any of your staff
are not, uh,
what's the, satisfactory, or what's the word they use?
they don't qualify for a raise for
Yeah, if
whatever
they're not
reason.
if they're not satisfactory, they don't get the raise.
Right.
Which we've never
Yeah.
had anybody who wasn't at least doing the minimum.
So we have to at least submit to the city, if we would have a
Yeah.
decision like that about Jennifer, Carrie, and Maureen. Now you do Carrie and Maureen's,
Yeah.
right?
do
So
Carrie
you would
and
get to
Maureen's.
us before January 1st. Okay. But as far as like your goals and evaluation and stuff, we don't have to present that to the full board. You're right, until.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we would be able to do it in December, just because then in January we have our retreat. And we did kind of push this process back so that we could, so if we
So
meet.
if we give them the first, then maybe I should send the reminder by like the 14th and try to have the answers. What date?
We'll
do
just
we-
remind them the 14th or 15th, we need them by the 17th.
Okay, so we want them to have it in by the 17th.
Yeah. And make that clear from the beginning. Obviously. But then as far as us meeting, do you want to wait till the beginning of December? I think our December meeting is the 18th, because obviously the 25th is the
I
4th.
would try to do like the last week of November.
Yep,
Okay.
I
And that
agree.
gives you enough time, Doris, to compile everything.
Well, yeah,
It does it.
basically for us, so that's not a problem. So yeah,
So
can
we meet
right
as a
before-
board on the 27th, or we can meet another day that week if we don't think meeting at 5 is going to give us enough time.
I think that should be okay. If that's good enough for you.
Okay, so our next meeting is going to be Monday, November 27th at 5 o'clock.
So you're gonna meet right before that. Okay,
We will
so
meet
I
right
will
before.
put that on here.
Yep.
November 27th at 5 p.m.
Hmm. And then, but we're not gonna put on the, we're not gonna have it on the agenda for the board to do anything with it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think,
Not
yeah,
going
because
to
it,
talk
it
about-
might take us another quick
And you
meeting.
will need a closed session for
We will
that.
need a closed session for that, yes. Because that will probably, I'll just confirm with you prior to that, our only agenda item
Will be,
will be
Go into
going to
closed
closed
session.
session, yes. And then, once we do that, if it's, then we'll have the beginning of December, because we usually then come up with a list of, we'll see what we get done that night. And see if we need another quick meeting the first or second week in December, and then schedule something with, then take it to the board the 18th. All right? Anything else?
Why do
Do
they
you
always put
wanna-
evaluations around Christmas?
I know, right? Because January 1st is the, all right.
Just
we
in
have a
case you
motion to
needed some
adjourn?
more
I will move
stress.
to adjourn.
Okay, Judy moves to adjourn
I
at
second.
5:46 and Dora seconds. All in favor?